All right, we good? Cool.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out to 1 Million Cups. For those of you who this is your first time here, we're gonna, I'll just give you a little rundown on how we operate. We're gonna go around and do intros in a second. It gives us a feel of who's in the audience, gives you a chance to network with anybody you might be interested in networking with. Then we'll turn things over to our presenter. The presenter is gonna present for about 10 minutes, and then we open up the floor to questions from the audience, and that's really your chance to get involved, and that's where the presenter gets a lot of valuable feedback. So don't be shy, make sure you ask questions, and then we'll leave a little time at the end that if you have any questions you want to ask individually, you'll be able to go up and talk with any of the presenters today. And we want to give a special thanks to Eat Street, who sponsored the coffee over here, and Nordic Consulting, who sponsored the bagels, and of course Field 59, who does the live stream and the recording of today's and every presentation. And real quick, Drew's going to plug you in on an event that we have coming up here that's going to be a little different than our typical 1 Million Cups. On July 15th, Drew will be leading a legal roundtable, and I'm going to let him speak to that.
Yes, as some of you know, I'm Drew QuHarrison. I'm an attorney with Snyder & Boucher. I work mostly with startups, but all kinds of businesses. So we thought at 1 Million Cups we might shake things up every now and then and do kind of a high-level legal roundtable every couple months probably. So starting on July 15th, I'm going to be talking for 10 to 15 minutes about some hot button legal business issue and soliciting feedback, getting questions from the audience. My question to you today is, I've narrowed the first topic down to 3, and you don't have to answer right now, but if you want to come talk to me afterwards, or if you have some insight into your experience as a business person running into legal issues or a legal person running into business issues, I'd really appreciate it. Those 3 potential topics are the difference between independent contractors and employees, which is big in the startup world, raising money for startups, whether it's VC or angel or long-term institutional debt, and I can't remember the third. Oh, intellectual property, trademarks and copyright specifically, not patent stuff. We probably won't get that granular. So if you have any thoughts, feel free to talk to me. I can give you my email or phone number, or we can just chat. So thanks.
So we're going to start with introductions. I guess because I have the mic, I'll go quick. My name's Rachel Neal. I'm one of the organizers of 1 Million Cups, and I also work at Nordic Consulting here in Madison.
I'm Drew QuHarrison. I'm an attorney at Snyder & Boucher.
I'm Megan O'Rear. I'm one of the organizers for 1 Million Cups. I'm also with 100 State.
I'm Joanne Orovec. I'm a professor in the Information Technology and Supply Chain Management Department over at UW-Whitewater.
I'm Bob Rushline, the inventor of peace economics, and looking at society through the empire prism is the best way to understand the collapse of our manufacturing sector and the rise of the crime and other problems we experience.
I'm Forrest Wendt.
I'm Dana Wendt. I'm launching a line of healthy snacks called Zhuzh, based on attitude and empowerment for teen girls.
My name is Sarah Nutty. I'm one of the organizers of 1 Million Cups. I also work at Catalyze, which is a health IT startup here on the square.
Jeffrey Wills. I'm an academic and occasional investor.
My name is Yolanda Voitila. I'm a student at the UW as well as an intern for Ascendancy Advisors.
I'm Allie Siegel. I work with Talvant. We're a business intelligence consulting company here in Madison.
Steve Claude, co-founder of 32 Auctions, which is an online silent auction platform for hosting and managing silent auction fundraisers.
I'm Kurt Peterson. I'm the other co-founder of 32 Auctions.
I'm Christian Kaczmarczyk. I'm a student at the University of Wisconsin, and I also work at 100 State.
Good morning. I'm S.L. Owens. I'm an attorney at Crowes & Brady. I work with our franchise and distribution team, which I enjoy because I get to work with new startups as well as lifetime entrepreneurs.
Hi, my name is Thomas Yates. I'm the founder of Telematic.io. We're a software-as-a-service platform for the automotive insurance industry.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Udovich. I'm in the offshore software development business. We have 200 software engineers in Eastern Europe.
Shauna Brenneman, Digital Marketing at the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation.
Alex Wright, UW, undergraduate admissions.
I'm Mike McKee. My son is one of the presenters here.
Amy Aki. I'm interested in starting a company, but I don't know what yet.
Hi, I'm William Hakizimana. I'm the founder of Export Abroad.
Hi, I'm Arasu Shivappa. I'm a student at the UW Madison, and I'm also an intern with Wisconsin Alumni Research Foundation.
Hi, I'm Adam Woodward. I'm an attorney and entrepreneur at Herrick & Kasdorf here in Madison.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. At this time, I'm going to turn everything over to VNM USA Marketing. So take it from here.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. We truly appreciate it. I first want to start off and say and give a mad thank you to the team, right? Like, none of this is possible without them. So in the back, I'm just going to kind of introduce them. Our presentation isn't long. It's like 10 minutes. Simply because we want you to get a feel of what VNM USA is by experiencing some of the technology that we do and create, right? And the only way we could do that is we could spend time on a presentation and try to show you, but why would we do that when all of the technology is here and you can go and play with it? So at the end of the presentation, I definitely encourage for all of you guys to go check out the Oculus Rift and some of the content we've created for that. Check out Felix and Dan right over here with the tint-up display where it's populating all of the 1 million cups around the nation right now. It's pulling that data and it's displaying it on that TV in the back. So that's kind of cool. On top of that, we have a little cool photo booth that I'm going to let Dan break down in a little bit. Over there, we have a team of, the rest of GH Media, which is who we partner with for virtual reality. So just to run through that team, we've got Riley, we've got Nick, we've got Ryan right there, Cody right here, Felix, Dan, Ethan Hansel, and Alex, Ty, and Andres. With that being said, this is VNM USA, and today we're going to be talking about social entrepreneurship. So, about VNM, for those who don't know, we're basically a full-service advertising agency. We specialize in creating content for brands to connect with the millennial generation. We're started here in Madison. All of us are pretty much students. I'm a third-year UW student, so I study computer science. Felix is also a third year. Dan is also a third year at UW La Crosse. Cody's a UW alumni, and so is Nick. And then as well as Riley. So our team, and Ryan as well. So half of our team is from UW. With that being said, what we do is we kind of specialize in different technologies, such as VR video, so virtual reality landscapes. We record the content that would go into an Oculus Rift or that would be presented in I guess I would say an environment that is different than the one we physically live in. So imagine if you could experience everything that we experience right here in this room, but in a digital space, right? So you just put on these glasses and you can look up and down and etc. Check it out at the end. It's very, very cool. Second, we do app development. You'll kind of see one of our apps back there on the table. That's just a photo booth app that we've kind of put together. It's linked to Twitter. So, we do a little bit we mess around with APIs and things of that nature. From there, we specialize in, I guess I would say, design. I don't like to go ahead and say like we're a team of graphic designers. I feel like that's kind of cliche and corny. But we focus on good design in the sense where, humans can get it and it's intuitive, it feels great. When I show you the website, you can kind of see it. As well as branding. We like to touch on the subject of branding last, simply because I feel like the brand is where it's the last thing you have to touch, because when you touch the brand, you know the core of what you have to work with, and you kind of know the story that you can create and present. So that's a quick overview of what we do. Some of those projects that we have that I guess I would say showcase a lot of that functionality. Constructed By, it's a website. If you go to constructedby.com, you can actually check it out. It's on one of the tables over there. It should be. But Basically, it's a site where we showcase members of the creative class, and we ask them what tools they use to get things done. It's really cool. We've gotten some very cool leads. Ryan is the project lead on that, and he basically makes all the cool things happen there. We just added the jobs functionality to the site, so basically startups or anyone looking for a freelancer or top talent, you can post that listing on constructedby.com, and every month we're visited by thousands of young professionals who are creative and within their endeavors. So I talked a little bit briefly about it, but we were the first company to shoot a live hip-hop concert in virtual reality, or I mean in 360 video. So that gives you a fully immersive experience. It's really cool. We did it with the Chance the Rapper concert when he was here at UW Madison's Revelry. That might be on the Oculus over there, so it is. So you can check that out. It's really cool. YouTube featured us on their front page for a long time, so that was kind of cool. And outside of that, that's like some stuff for the VR. Transitioning into nonprofits. How many of you guys are familiar with the local non-for-profit here in Madison? Just a quick show of hands. Pretty much, yeah, majority of the room. So when we were looking at VNM and we wanted to incorporate an element of social entrepreneurship into our company, we started with the basics, right? Non-for-profits spend close to $8 billion a year on marketing and design. What that essentially means is, $8 billion is being taken away from non-for-profits globally to, I guess I would say, invest in the visual aesthetics and the things that they do to reach the people, but not necessarily the mission or the goal of why they started the non-for-profit, right? So what we wanted to do when we were rethinking the cycle, and just to go back just 1 second, I'm just going to say how we've been in social entrepreneurship and where we're going. So before this, every year we just kind of sit down as a team and we would pick an industry or a location that we'd want to go into, and you say, okay, we'll give back 10% or we'll give back 20%, etc. And organizations in the past has been the MACA, Clean Water for All. We did that in 2010 and 2011. We donated a ton of money to Kiva to support other entrepreneurs and help alleviate poverty. So our profile is still up for that. I think we did that in 2013. In 2014, we did a few workshops and just worked with local community non-for-profit organizations. And in 2015, what we're doing is we're actually going to change our entire business model. So what does that exactly mean? Basically, what we want to do is we want to dedicate over 50% of our efforts to support non-for-profits. Basically, half of our work is now going to be free. That doesn't mean you could just go run up to any of us right now and say, hey, let's get a free project. There's actually a process for this. If you visit our website, there's going to be a contact tab, where there is a contact tab, and there's a general inquiries, and then there's also for-profit and non-profit. If you click on the non-profit tab, there's a form that you fill out and you can kind of request work, right? However, only 50% of our workload is going to be we're going to be doing for free. The other 50% will be paid work, and we've been working on this business model for about 2 months now. So we've tested it. No, it's not going to make us millionaires overnight, but essentially what it will do is it's going to help us, I guess I would say, give back and take away from this $8 billion a year that non-for-profit organizations are spending on marketing and design. Why would we want to do such a thing? Simply because I feel like if there's more non-for-profits actually working and focusing on their mission and their goal, then necessarily the world is they're the masters at making the world a better place or acting on their mission. And there's a process, I guess I would say, to get the work that they would require from us. So right now I'm going to open it up to questions because I do want you guys to check out the booths, and I know we are on time frame. So any questions?
If you have a question, please raise your hand and I'll bring a mic to you.
Yes, I'm wondering if you're going to be doing any reputation modification in some ways. Some of us, when we go online to Google or Bing and say, do a little bit of ego surfing, I know that some of you are guilty of that. I'm not the only one in the room, I'm sure. you see things that you're a little uncomfortable with, and you'd like to maybe hide them in those Google results. And I'm just wondering if you do the type of thing that, say, Reputation.com and some of the other companies do in terms of, let's say, sculpting our online profiles so that somebody who wants to find out about Joanne Oravec and puts my name online can maybe see a better picture of what I'm about. I'm not saying hiding or deleting information. I know we don't have what is available in the European Union, the right to be forgotten and all that, and get rid of some of this bad information, but we can push it down a little bit in those results.
To answer your question, I guess I would say, if you're looking to from my understanding, you want to, I guess I would say, change the way your brand is perceived on the internet, correct? Yeah. There's a few ways you could go about doing that. You could work with an agency like us, but honestly, getting good press coverage, creating a site that is, I guess I would say, optimized for search engines to go and see so that it ranks #1. Those are the two easiest and fastest ways, I guess I would say, to change your online identity. And it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, but ideally it's a process you work on for about half a year.
So what challenges are you facing right now that maybe we could help with?
Well, in the community now, one of our biggest challenges will be finding reputable and quality non-for-profit organizations. I know there's over 2,000 organizations within the state that are just classified as non-for-profit or 501c3 organizations. So if you have any orgs that you're available or that you have opportunity to connect us with, we would truly appreciate that. Other challenges that we kind of face is, I guess I would say, any business. It's always just talking to new clientele and just kind of helping people with their problems or finding solutions. So, nothing too crazy. Yes.
How long have you been in business? How many clients do you have? What's the growth been like so far?
Gotcha. So, awesome question. As of right now, we've worked with over 60 clients. As far as the growth, I started this my freshman year. Felix and Dan came on last year, the last summer, and then we partnered with GH Media, the rest of the crew here. Was that at the beginning of this year? So the growth, I guess I would say, as far as team and scale, that's been going very, very well. As far as revenue goes, we're still a startup, so we're making our number. We're doing well, or we're profitable, but we're not bleeding cash or anything like that. Yes.
What is the strategy with the Oculus and virtual reality?
So we're a company that connects brands to the millennial generation, right? So if you're a brand and you come to us, we kind of have to be in the future on saying, where technology is going, where the innovation is going to lead, et cetera, et cetera. So these were the new additions kind of late last year. So we actually have technology that's more recent, and we feel like is going to be prepping you for 2017, 2018. But right now, the transition into Oculus and our other tech is more so for brands to kind of start creating content for the next generation Samsungs and iPhones and the new internet, because Facebook owns Oculus, so all that content will eventually hit the Facebook newsfeed and or wall. Yes.
How much does it cost someone to engage in your services, and especially if you're a low budget or small effort or something, can you do something for a reasonably low price and still get effective results? And what would that price range be? Or what would at the lower end of your 61 customers, what could they get by with or something?
Understood. The starting rate, I guess I would say, for lowest, for basic consulting, a basic package would cost you about $500. There's usually a monthly retainer or some type of retainer within that. We'd have to talk more specifically in person and in depth, just to kind of see what you're looking for and how we can assist you. Again, we are a marketing company, so we do understand a lot about marketing, but our specialties, because we are young, we've only been in business for almost 3 years now, is within this vertice of the millennial generation or verge culture, people between the ages of 18 and 35.
with your nonprofit effort, do you intend to work with some of your private, for-profit clients to pull this effort off?
Yes, we are looking. We just announced this today, so this isn't something that people have known about for a while. We saved it kind of from 1 million cups. So we're going to be looking for nonprofit organizations worldwide. We feel like we're going to take a one-for-one approach. So we'll work with one nonprofit, and then we'll add on a paid client, and then we'll take on another nonprofit and another paid client. So that's going to be our approach. To kind of, I guess I would say, assist in that, we've been building the team, as you can see, so that there's a lot more resources. Also, we're working on a VNM USA Partners Network, so that there's, I guess I would say, a group of high-quality volunteers and/or independent contractors that we can kind of utilize to, I guess I would say, work on different projects with other clients that, of course, kind of already approve that understand our brand, right? So that when we're working with another client, it translates. But as always, we're going to definitely be looking for the next nonprofit organizations, the current nonprofit organizations, and asking them to apply. I'll show you the website so you can kind of see that and get familiar with it. Yes?
Yes, we're running into a big political year, 2016, and I'm wondering, what's your policy in terms of dealing with political candidates as well as advocacy groups that really want to get into the heads of millennials? Will you work with anybody, or will you be telling some people no? Some interesting ethical questions there as well.
Definitely. Surprisingly enough, we are working on some 2016 elections. Dan's actually the project lead on that. However, we cannot disclose that information. I guess I would say like what clients and what we're doing. I guess for a very, very high level approach, in 2016 you'll see a lot of political campaigns utilizing, I guess I would say, storefronts. And the storefront is just an e-commerce online store. It's, of course, they're not selling you a product. It's going to be donation based, of course, but those products will be used to gather insights to tell me if you buy a phone case and you have a Samsung Galaxy Note. Now the politician now knows that you're this age, you're from this background, your credit card this, all this other stuff, and that you have this Galaxy Note phone. So that data will be used a lot going into this next election. So whatever you buy, if it's digital, that's getting tracked. Yes.
I just have some feedback. I did visit your website over the last couple days, and I think it is just absolutely brilliant. That homepage is an absolute home run, so really nice work on that.
Thank you. To touch on this really quick.
On the homepage, just first of all, the resolution of the image, but then the child with the briefcase and marketing millennials, just not colored, just straight to the point. I get it right away. And if I'm a brand that's specifically looking to that demographic, and I saw that, I absolutely guarantee I'm going to investigate further.
To showcase the contact really quick, if you're a nonprofit, click here. It says that way, and you'll have a form, right? And you go and fill out this form. It's sort of similar to a grant, but like digital. It's just digitized. We'd get a notification, and it's just a few questions. I think 15 to be exact. And it just kind of gives us a very nice overview of what your organization stands for, what what goals, what principles, what you're trying to move forward towards, and it helps us kind of weed out the people that aren't serious between the people that are serious with their missions.
This is kind of a repeat of the last question, but I wanted to push you on what the vetting process for who you decide to work with, because I mean, building someone's brand, especially building it in a beautiful, accessible way, kind of associates you with that brand because you're doing the work for free. So do you have a protocol in place for who you do and don't work with, or is it just kind of a case-by-case basis?
Internally, it's going to be kind of a case-by-case basis, basically on what resources do we have, what can we allocate. There'll be certain things that we just can't work on just because morally and ethically they're incorrect for our organization. As far as what get our brand across within the pro bono work. One is going to build our portfolio. So, our message and whatnot is going to be, it has to be there. So in pro bono work, we will retain creative control. Basically, we'll make sure that your project looks like VNM ready, but like it won't have all the, like it won't, if we feel like it's unnecessary, it won't be there unless you turn your project into a for-profit project. But I don't really recommend nonprofits do that, especially if we can, like, if it's something that's really minuscule, as like, a launch page for a new initiative that they're launching, and like, we have the data, this is what we do, you guys are the experts as far as like knowing who you need to reach.
We can have one more question.
How did you come up with your name?
Oh, so VNM USA stands for Victory is Never Merciless. It was just, so Victory is Never Merciless goes back to the principle of yin and yang, right? So if you go even deeper in that, I'm just going to break it down to like, you have good and you have bad. You can't have either or without the other, right? And so because the name Victory is Never Merciless is a double entendre, it basically means the same thing. You can perceive, one person can perceive it one way, another person can perceive it another way, whether victory is with or without mercy. So that's where the name originated.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much to Q and to the whole team for coming. And I encourage you to come and check out some of the nifty gadgets they have over here. And if you have any questions for Q or anyone on the team, please take this time to come and talk to them in person. So thank you again.
Thank you.